Hello and welcome back to Leeds Let Leeds for the live watch-along of Leeds United versus Chelsea at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final. The first semi-final Leeds United have been in an FA Cup in 39 years. Today is monumental. Chelsea, of course, having just sacked their manager recently, Callum McFarland being the one to take charge of the game. Their team is just to the side of me, but first of all, welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members, including Ryan Tune, Karen Curtin, Tim as GJ Ray Music, Liam B, Robert Wetzel as well. I'm sure Pierre was here earlier, but won't be joining us for the actual watch-along. Shout out to Tim for being a member for 13 months. Thanks so much, Tim, for your continued support. Welcome to all of our non-Leeds Lately members as well, our regular subscribers. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. If you want to become a subscriber, click the subscribe button. So, look, this is going to be a huge game for Leeds United today. Yesterday, of course, Man City were able to beat Southampton, which is a shame, really, in the end, because Southampton played. I watched the first half. They were fantastic and continued that throughout the second half. Scored the first goal with a Finn Azaz screamer. But, of course, as usual, Manchester City, they just go on to win the game. Even though they've got 115 charges out against them, which is strange. Oh, they're just allowed to compete as normal. It kind of, I must admit, I don't really usually get annoyed at Man City, but that kind of annoyed me yesterday. Like, Southampton played as well as they could possibly play, and they still just didn't have a chance because Man City have consistently, according to the allegations, broken the rules and can spend a ridiculous amount of money and they don't get punished for it. So whoever gets through this game today will be facing up against Man City in the final, which is disappointing that it wasn't Southampton getting there. It could have been a repeat of the playoff final from a couple of years ago. But on to today's game, just talking about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, all competitions this season, 34 appearances, 12 goals, 1 assist. It's not bad. He could have definitely added more goals to that, though. He really could. There is a lot of Leeds fans at Wembley, and they are being very, very loud. Let's quickly go through the lineups, and then, of course, we will go on the... we can go on the Leeds lineup, and then we'll talk about the game a little bit as well. So Chelsea look to be setting up in a 4-2-3-1. Robert Sanchez in goal. Gusto and Cucurella are the fullbacks, with Chalobah and Adarabioyo as the two centre-halves. Lavia and Caicedo sit just in front of them, with Pedro Neto out on the left, Garnacho out on the right, or vice versa, and Enzo Fernandez through the middle, with... what's he called? Pedro up front. João Pedro? Yes, João Pedro up front. That is the lineup for them. As we look to the Leeds United lineup, look to be going back into that 3-4-2-1 formation that we started our previous games in. Lucas Perry does retain his FA Cup place in the lineup, in behind a back three of Justin, Biol and Strauch. Right, we're back. With Bogle is on the right-hand side of defence. Goodman's on the left-hand side of defence. In the midfield, Ampadu and Tanaka together again, with Aronson and Okafor just in behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin. On the bench for Leeds today is Carl Darlow, of course. Then you've got Rodon, Bornau, Longstaff. Stack is back. Anton Stack is back on the bench today for Leeds. Daniel James, Wilfred Gnonto, Joel Piroux and Lucas Mecha. That is the bench. Darlow, Rodon, Bornau, Longstaff, Stack, James, Gnonto, Piroux and Lucas Mecha. That is the bench for Leeds United. So a strong bench with Stack coming back in. Welcome Chewy as well, another one of our Leeds Late members who's been a member for 26 months. Housework done. Now for the main event, marching on together, all Leeds, aren't we? Yeah, I'm excited for this one, Chewy. I'm excited for this one. I'm hoping that we get through. Wouldn't it be amazing to have an FA Cup final to play in? And look, we have beaten Man City before. Granted, it was a few years ago with Stuart Dallas finishing them off. But there is always a chance. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, though. Let's look to this game, Leeds United versus Chelsea. We've gone through the lineups. What is everybody thinking about the game today? It's a strong lineup from Chelsea. Cole Palmer sits on the bench, doesn't start for them. It's a strong lineup for them, though, nevertheless. However, they have been disjointed. We haven't lost to them yet this season. And to be honest, I'd love to win this game, but if you'd have asked me in the league, if at the start of the season, if I would want to win the game in the FA Cup against them or go unbeaten against them in the league by winning one and drawing one, I'd have probably taken the league. So we've got ourselves into a good position to potentially have the chance to win another game against Chelsea this season. A replay, of course, of that ever so famous FA Cup final against Chelsea, where I think Michael Oliver reviewed the footage a couple of years ago and would have given 10 red cards in that game. And in the actual game, only one yellow card was given for the entire game. So shows how much football has changed. I think if some challenges like the ones in that game flew in these days, you're looking at 6-month suspensions for some of the players. But yeah, it is a huge game for this one for Leeds, and I'm really hoping that Leeds do a good job here. We've got 8 minutes until kickoff here at Wembley Stadium. Last time we played at Wembley was, of course, against Southampton, and before that, it was quite a few years before. It would have been one of the other playoff finals. Would have been one of the other playoff finals in the early 2000s, I imagine. I think. But yeah, it's or mid to late 2000s. But we don't particularly play here very often, so it would be nice to be able to play here one more time in the final. What is everybody's score prediction? Let me know what your score prediction is. Like the stream as well for me. That would be ideal if you could like the stream. And remember, if you do want to get Leeds United kits, you can use my code, my link in the description down below. If you go to the description and click my link to Fanatics, I'll get a small kickback with no extra cost to you. And I think there'll be a lot of them on sale at the moment. Tim with the 2-1 to Leeds prediction. Yeah, I'm hoping so today. Look, I think the thing with an FA Cup game is that, like, there's not too much settling for a draw, so you kind of do want to, if you're down a goal or something like that, you do want to go for it. So there's usually goals in these games in the FA Cup, especially in semi-finals and stuff. RPM say if you're saying 2-2, Leeds 4-2 after extra time. That will be interesting as well. Karen saying I'm going to Leeds win 2-1. I'm going to say Leeds win on penalties. Oh, excuse me. I think Leeds win on penalties, you know, after a 1-1 draw or something like that. But welcome to everybody who's joining us. If you're just joining us, the Leeds lineup is as follows. Lucas Perry in goal, Bogle and Goodmanson as wing-backs. You've got Justin Biol and Strauch in there, and then you've got Ampadu and Tanaka in the... Ampadu and Tanaka in the midfield, in behind Aronson and Okafor, in behind Calvert-Lewin. And of course, Anton Stack makes a return to the bench very notably today. Strong bench for Leeds. And yeah, there is... it's a decent lineup for Chelsea as well, but I fancy our chances here. Marching on together. I don't get to say this very often, but marching on together rings out around Wembley Stadium, as Leeds United fans have all been given yellow scarves that say marching on together. Are we wearing the white shirt or the... I imagine we're probably wearing the white shirt and they're wearing their blue home shirt. See, Eddie Gray is singing along to Marching On Together there. Big banner there that says at least until the world stops going down, stops going round as well. Alternate yellow and black. There's a guy there in a 2002-2003 Strongbow Leeds shirt with a signature on it. I imagine he's cracked that out just for the occasion. Channels on the game's on TNT Sports. Come on, Leeds. Chelsea bench players are all heading out down the tunnel now. Cole Palmer, Liam Delap, etc. are going to find their place on the bench. Chelsea players are all in the tunnel, but not one Leeds player has made their way into the tunnel yet, so it's just all the little Leeds mascots. Welcome to everybody who is joining us. If you haven't already, hit the like on the channel, on the video stream. That was a good introduction to me, wasn't it? And also subscribe. Jermaine Beckford and Joe Cole just talking to Laura Woods about the atmosphere there. Ampadu is in the tunnel now with Jacobiol, Lucas Perry, James Justin, Strauch, Aronson, all heading out there now. Come on, Leeds. We don't get to watch Leeds get very far in cups at all, do we? Especially not in the last 20-odd years, so it would be nice. Last time we got to a semi-final of a proper cup, was that maybe in 2002 when we got to the semi-final of the Champions League? Players are all walking out onto the pitch now. Come on, Leeds. Oh, well, that might be the thing that's pulling focus. I'll move it out of the way of my water bottle. Oh, I don't know. Leeds are wearing their... Who said that we're wearing the black shirt with the scarf? Like, was that just made up? Because we're wearing the white shirt. Oh, no, the warm-up kit. It was Robert. Yeah, you said unless that was a warm-up kit. Yeah, I remember now because I saw it on X the other day that Leeds are wearing our white home shirt with blue socks because Chelsea are wearing their blue home kit that has white socks. And it's the same thing that happened when we played them at Stamford Bridge. Come on, Leeds. Yeah, it's good to see a West Ham Harry Monk saying he wants us to win in no uncertain terms. Ampadu shaking hands with everybody. Chelsea lineup then for today's game is Sanchez in goal. Gusto and Cucurella are the fullbacks. Chalobah and Adarabioyo are the two centre-halves, with Lavia and Caicedo sat just in front. Pedro Neto and Garnacho are the wingers for Chelsea today, with Enzo Fernandez in the number 10 position through the middle and Joao Pedro up front. Their bench, Teddy Sherman-Lowe as the goalkeeper on the bench. Liam Delap, Cole Palmer, Dario Asugo, Andre Santos, Jorel Hato, Wesley Fofana, Josh Ichampong and Jesse Derry is the bench for Chelsea in this game. As for Leeds United, the starting lineup is Lucas Perry in goal. Jayden Bogle and Gabriel Goodmanson are the fullbacks in this one. Then you've got Justin, Biol and Strauch as the three centre-halves, with Ampadu and Tanaka sat just in front, with Aronson and Okafor backing up Calvert-Lewin in behind as well. The bench for Leeds is Carl Darlow, of course, as a goalkeeping option. Then you've got Joe Rodon, Daniel James, Sean Longstaff, Joel Peru, Lucas Metcher, Anton Stack back on the bench, Sebastian Bornau, and Wilfred Gnonto. That is the lineup for Leeds United, and of course, that'll be the one that I leave on the stream throughout most of the game. However, if there are substitutions, I will endeavour to make those substitutions so you can see who's come on the pitch. Noah Okafor, 5 goals in the last 8 appearances across all competitions, in fine form at the moment, the Swiss. See, the thing is, Callum McFarlane, he just doesn't look like a manager, does he? He looks like backroom staff, which he is, of course, but I don't know. There's just something about him. My score prediction was, I think it's going to be 1-1 and Leeds are going to win on penalties. Enzo Fernandez can get wound up quite easily as well, Liam. Now you mention it. Jared Gillett, who I think is Australian, isn't he, is the one that's going to take today's game. Let me get the thing ready. Come on, Leeds. Come on, Leeds. Yeah, look, the commentator's saying the noise coming from the Leeds end. You just know it, don't you? We've got the best fans. Chelsea are going to be the ones to take the kickoff. Welcome, everybody who's joining us. We are just seconds away from kickoff here. Remember, no spoilers in the chat. If a goal goes in at either end, please do not tell me until I've reacted. I think that I'm about a minute behind the actual live game, so make sure you don't spoil it for me as well. Good ball forward there by Sanchez early on. A big lump. Cucurella goes up with a header with Aronson. I must admit, I do quite like this Leeds home kit with the blue socks, but Okafor's got a bit of space to run into very early on here. Here's Noah Okafor. Edge of the box, fouled. Free kick to Leeds. Free kick to Leeds right on the edge of the box. Very early on. Look, if we could have Stack, then that would be ideal, but he's on the bench. Have Chelsea now got a mid-season sponsor? Because they didn't have a sponsor, did they, at all on their kit? Yeah, it is a foul from Caicedo. Very, very early on. Good to have your words and pictures. Oh, Malo Gusto is gone down still. The bench is Darlow, Rodon, Bornau, Longstaff, Stack, James, Nonto, Piru, and Metcher. Hi, Rex. Welcome, mate. Come on, then. Let's see if we can score this free kick. It was a good tackle by Tanaka. Nothing wrong with it, but it was this follow-through as injured Malo Gusto, and Leeds have got a free kick right on the edge of the box. Come on, Leeds. Gusto's up on his feet now, but this free kick's taking its time. That's already a minute or two that we're going to be adding on. Remember, as it goes across the screen there, don't put goals in the chat until I've reacted to them, please. No, Buonanotte doesn't make the bench. Free kick then. Looks like Tanaka is there. Looks like James Justin is there. Goodmanson. You've obviously got the option of Tanaka with a right foot in swinger. Goodmanson with the left foot out swinger. But it's definitely a shooting position. However, it's probably quite difficult to get the ball up and down. Commentator Darren Fletcher just saying that obviously the responsibility would usually be Anton Stack for these free kicks, so it is going to have to be somebody else. Tanaka and Goodmanson still stand over it. Tanaka, Justin and Goodmanson still in conversation here. Still talking. Referee's blown his whistle, so they need to kind of hurry up. I think James Justin's standing in front of the wall here. I can just see this hitting him on the back of the head. Tanaka and Goodmanson stand over this free kick for Leeds then. Tanaka goes to take... Over the bar. Shocking. I just knew it. No chance with that one. Poor free kick from Tanaka. Yeah, he's just skied it there, Tanaka, with that free kick. Poor in the end. Got his foot under the ball and couldn't get it down in time. Wasn't great. Stacks watching that thinking, I could have bent that in the top corner. Nothing's really like Leeds won the ball, ran up the pitch, got a free kick, and that's all that's happened in the first 4 minutes because of the stoppage with Gusto. That header away by James Justin means it's a throw in to Chelsea here on the left hand side. Cucurella is going to take it. Cucurella throws the ball in. Here's Caicedo. It's a header by Bogle means it's another throw into Chelsea, but just a little bit further up. Thanks, Rex. Appreciate that. Cucurella then with the throw in. Garnacho. Good tackle there by Ampadu. There was some boos when Garnacho got the ball there. Obviously playing for Man United and Chelsea. Not a good combination if you're a Leeds fan. Chelsea keeping the ball here at the back. Here's Adarabioyo. Now Cucurella. Enzo. Cucurella back to Adarabioyo. Now back to Robert Sanchez. Who, by the way, when you press him, or when you press that back line, yeah, Enzo, hiya Patrick. Enzo Fernandez hit that volley there, and Perry caught the ball. Really, it was comfortable in the end for the Brazilian goalkeeper. Yeah, we're back though. We're back. Don't worry. I know when we freeze as well, so I don't carry on commentating. I tell you what's happened. Garnacho, good intercept by Tanaka there. Now Aronson with good feet. Tanaka with a good ball into Calvert-Lewin. Aronson loses it unfortunately to Romeo Lavia. Caicedo. Now Chalobah. Gusto seems to be able to carry on here after the Tanaka challenge had him down for a minute or so. It's Cucurella. Now Enzo Fernandez, who's actually dropped out to the left-back position there, even though he's playing in the number 10 role. All the way back now to Sanchez. Calvert-Lewin closing him down with a loose press there, shall we say. Just jogging towards him. Goodmanson trying to beat Neto here as he goes towards the Leeds goal. Now Gusto. Chelsea go back again. Definitely the impetus is with Chelsea at the moment, with them pushing forward. Here's Garnacho. Lavia. Now Enzo Fernandez. Crossed in towards the back post. It goes over everybody. It's a Leeds goal kick. Perry sends that one long. Calvert-Lewin trying to win the ball. Here's Okafor. He doesn't quite take that under his spell. And he gets sent back to Robert Sanchez again there. Spaniard now holds onto the ball, waiting for someone to come near him. Time wasted in the 8th minute is interesting. Now Adarabioyo. Sanchez has conceded 19 goals in his last 10 matches. Cucurella, poor ball from him, and now Jacobillo picks it off. Aronson, Good ball from him back to Strauch. Now Okafor. Oh, losing the ball there, Okafor. He had someone right on his back when he tried to do that back heel. Tanaka makes a foul there. It's going to be a free kick to them just outside of the centre circle. But they're underway already. Quick free kick. Here's Pedro Neto out on the right-hand side, the ex-Wolves man. Back to Lavia, who of course used to play for one of the other FA Cup semi-finalists, Southampton, before signing for Chelsea. Here's Garnacho, wearing the number 49 shirt today for Chelsea. Chalobah. Now Caicedo again. Cucurella. LYRX is saying, I think Mecha over DCL would have been better. I think in recent games, Mecha has certainly made himself more of a nuisance than Calvert-Lewin has, really. Calvert-Lewin's missed a few good chances, and sometimes you just need to allow a player to play their way back into form, because on his day, he's bagging you a couple of goals. Bogle there with a little bit of a foul, just coming through the back of the Chelsea player there, underway quickly. That's a heavy tackle there by Jakabiyol. Still going here, and the advantage has been played. Now Garnacho. Yeah, Biyol clattered into him then, Enzo Fernandez. Ball forward. Neto can't quite keep it in there. It's going to be a Leeds goal kick. Yeah, Dan James, be nice to see him. Nice to see a bit of Anton Stack as well. Oh, it's João Pedro that got battered by Biyol. Come on, Leeds. We haven't really got going yet. Other than that first breakaway that we had, we haven't really got going yet. Oh, heavy ball by Perry for Strauch, but you can run onto it and send it up the line. Calvert-Lewin with a flick, but there's obviously going to be no one beyond him that far, so goes all the way through to Robert Sanchez. Hi, Ruggy, welcome. Cucurella here. Sent long there by Robert Sanchez again. Strauch heads it away, only as far as Gusto, though. Little flick by João Pedro. And now the ball over to Cucurella on the left-hand side. Leeds have got plenty of players back, but they just need to be careful of those spaces opening up. Good tackle by Aronson, and then good tackle by Bogle as well. Ball stayed in there as Bogle cleared it. Straight back to Enzo Fernandez, though. Garnacho's in the box here. He's gone past the byline, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick. It's a good run from Garnacho there. He's onside. If there wasn't anybody across the box for him, anyway, really, but it's a warning sign. By Salcedo? Steven Gerrard just called Caicedo Salcedo. Ball forward from Sanchez there. It's cut out by Tanaka, but then Gusto wins it back. Chalobah, good step overs to get away from Calvert-Lewin there. Ooh, Jakabiyol does well there, just to send that one back to Lucas Perry. Sends it long, Perry. Only as far as Cucurella, though, who heads it straight back again. And now Justin can get it. And give it back to the Brazilian in goal again for Leeds. Not much in terms of build-up from Leeds so far, but I do think that we did see this against Bournemouth, really. The kind of, not a lack of willingness to go forward, but a comfortability in defending, getting the ball away, defending again, and then maybe building into the game as it goes on. However, it is a bit of a dangerous tactic when they have got players with the pace and power of Pedro Neto, Garnacho, who can just receive a ball from an Enzo Fernandez or a Caicedo in behind you. It's quite a dangerous game to play. Garnacho sends that one back now to Enzo Fernandez. Now Caicedo. Marc Cucurella. Garnacho tries to play it across the box, away by Justin, then away by Okafor, only as far as Caicedo, though. Now out wide to Pedro Neto. Back now to Malo Gusto. And eventually all the way back to Chalobah and all the way back to Adarabioyo on the halfway line. Chance for Leeds to push out a little bit here. Here's Chalobah with a bit of a poor touch there. Still manages to get the ball to Gusto. Good cut out there by Brendan Aronson. Leaves it for Ampadu. Now Bogle can run onto it. He's got a player next to him, though. He needs to be careful of Garnacho. Good ball into Calvert-Lewin. That's a great ball into Aronson. Good save by Robert Sanchez. He should be scoring there, Aronson. It's a really, really good ball by Calvert-Lewin into his path. Great centre-forward play. So Bogle gets the ball, plays it into Calvert-Lewin. Aronson's made a great run, and Aronson, maybe it's a little bit wide for him. He tries to go across the goalkeeper, and in the end, it's a good save with the right foot of Robert Sanchez, but a very, very good breakaway there from Leeds, and a good save by Robert Sanchez in goal. Corner, though, to Leeds now. It's a really good bit of play by Leeds there. Calvert-Lewin especially. Altanaka then with the corner. We haven't done traditionally very well off Altanaka corners just because he tends to float them a little bit rather than whip them. It's harder to attack. It's a bit of a floated cross. It's up in the air. It's bouncing up. Robert Sanchez catches in the end. Good bit of play that from Leeds, though. That's what you want to see. You want to see that going in the back of the net, though. You really need to see that ripple in the net. I don't know whether he would have been better placed trying to go near post and putting it high over the goalkeeper, because you always know the goalkeeper's going to go to ground in that situation. But here's Malo Gusto charging forward as he tries to play the ball across the box. It's really poor in the end, but Bogle's clearance has gone straight to Enzo Fernandez, but he's now won it back, Bogle. Ball down the line towards Aronson, but Cucurella is always going to win that race. Back to Sanchez now. Can everyone see me and hear me, by the way? Just that there's not been any comments in a while. Here's Caicedo. Now Lavia. Romeo Lavia. Not under any pressure from the Leeds players there. Little flick by Gusto. Gusto still going here. Here's João Pedro. He's got Pedro Neto next to him. Now Pedro Neto again. He tries to shoot. Blocked well by Goodmanson. Aronson does well to turn Cucurella there. He needs a passing option, though, Aronson, really. And Aronson, he's done well there, Aronson, to win that free kick. Yep, hi, everyone. It's just that a message hadn't come through in a while, so I assume everybody's just biting their fingernails. Lucas Perry, then. Yacobiol now. Now Ampadu. Biol. Yeah, but it's not always the same situation, Jeff, though, to be fair, with shooting across the goalkeeper. I know they say that, but it's one of those things where it's a little bit of a cliche that you have to go across the goalkeeper. I know that Ben Foster's mentioned this, Rob Green, some of the other ones who've been on like punditry before, and they said like it's not embarrassing to be beaten at your near post. If someone hits it high and hard at the near post, you've kind of got to go to ground and spread yourself to make yourself as big as possible, and that can leave that bit of the goal open. So there is an opportunity to go high above the goalkeeper there, but it was a very good save. Goodmanson then with the throw in. Down the line. Caicedo wins it back. They've knocked it back even further now. His toss in. Now, if I say toss in or Adarabioyo, that's the same player, by the way. Yeah, very good run by Aronson and a good pass by Calvert-Lewin. That's what I want. That's what I've wanted to see more of Calvert-Lewin this season. Because we talk about his hold-up play, and yes, he does win a lot of headers, but they don't go to many players. Like, they don't go to his own team very often, which is where stats can be a little bit deceiving. Strauch's had to put that one behind for a Chelsea corner there. Come on, Leeds. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate that. Pedro Neto then with the corner kick here for Chelsea. Comes in towards the near post, headed away by Strauch. Headed back there and then blocked by Ampadu. Calls for a handball there as Ampadu blocked it with his ribs, I think. Now Gusto. Okafor wins the ball back. Lost the ball there, but Goodmanson's played it back towards him again. Headed away, though, by Chalobah in the end. Good chance for a breakaway again there for Leeds. Hi, Darren. Welcome. Romeo Lavia. Now Marc Cucurella. Adarabioyo into Caicedo. Back now to Chalobah. Gusto being forced backwards here. He's gone all the way back now to the goalkeeper, who sends it long once more. Away by Yacobiel with an absolute monstrous header that almost goes all the way back to Sanchez, but helped on a little bit by Chalobah there. Here is Sanchez with the ball. Enzo Fernandez. Garnacho out on the left-hand side. Bogle trying to face him up. He's taken a loose touch there, Garnacho, and it's been cleared away, but only for a Chelsea throw-in. Cucurella then with a throw-in. Taking his time over this one. Long throw into the box. Away by Yacobiel, but only as far as Lavia. Now Enzo Fernandez towards João Pedro, who hits the bottom of the post. And it's going to be a Leeds goal kick. That was very unlucky. Very lucky that it didn't come off the post and hit. I think he's onside. It hits the post. It's very lucky that it doesn't come back and hit Perry and go in, but it hits the post and just rolls across the line. That is a close call for Leeds there. We do need to be careful. Long ball forward. Bogle trying to get on the end of this. Oh, it's going to be is it going to be a corner kick or a goal kick here? Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. Yeah, it's been a bit of a... it's been a fairly nerveless start, but we've looked a little bit nervy in the last couple of minutes, I would say. Oh, Strauch with a poor touch there as the ball's played over to Pedro Neto. Mistake from... Yeah, that's 1-0. Mistake from Strauch and they just punish us. You just knew it, didn't you? You just knew it. Strauch just takes a heavy touch, gives it straight to a Chelsea player. They put the ball down the line, cross it into the box. Enzo Fernandez heads it into the bottom corner. Stupid error. Just a goal from a stupid error. Goal kick comes forward. Strauch wins the ball well, then just takes a terrible touch. Yeah, he's onside and everything. Poor defending in the middle as well from the Leeds players, but Justin's not close enough to him. Poor to just look. We have gone behind against Chelsea before this season. Chalobah with a header away. Now Calvert-Lewin. Bogle tries to cross it into the box, away by Adarabioyo. Now Cucurella sends it away. Little flick there, but Justin wins that foot race against Garnacho. Strauch forward. Calvert-Lewin got that header then. Might have had a bit of space. Aronson in behind there, but not to be. It's a throw into Leeds here, just outside Daniel Farke's technical area. When we were we're looking at a potential pull of Marc Cucurella's hair by Calvert-Lewin, by the way. Looking at a potential pull of Cucurella's hair by Calvert-Lewin. Oh, no chance. You cheating scum. His hand is flat like that. How can you pull hair with a flat hand? And as if Calvert-Lewin would be the player to do it. Why are they all still saying that the Martinez one wasn't a red card? Because it was. He yanked his hair. Calvert-Lewin pushed him on the top of the back, and Cucurella has gone down pretending his hair had been pulled. She's mental. Goodmanson wins the ball back there. Okafor. What I was trying to say before that was that when we went down... when we went down a goal against them, or a couple of goals against them at Stamford Bridge in the second half of the season, we went to that 4-3-3 and we really dominated them and won the drew the game by coming back and scoring a couple of goals. We did the same against Bournemouth. Going into that 4-3-3 is in the second half has a real potential to score against them here. Again, a little bit of dodgy play at the back there from Leeds. Here's Jakubiyol. Good ball from him into Okafor. Okafor's pass to Goodmanson is poor there, and they've just put the ball back up again. The thing is about the FA Cup, of what people said, but there's a big thing, isn't there, that goes around every season of, has the FA Cup lost its sparkle? Does anybody care about the FA Cup anymore? The reason that people don't care about the FA Cup anymore as much is because there is no underdog stories. There are no winning against all odds. The last time that happened was Wigan. It's now always a Premier League team. And 99% of the time, it's a team who have spent billions on their squad. Now, I'm not saying that we're dead and buried yet, because we're far from it. But when you're talking about the magic of the FA Cup, I just don't think it's really a thing anymore, because Leeds have come up from the Championship, spent £100 million, and we're still in terms of squad value and everything, we're still nowhere near the teams that are likely to win the FA Cups every season. And back in the day, it didn't have good ball forward from Tanaka, back into the box by Biol, bobbling around. Handball there against Chelsea, surely. No, it's apparently a foul on Enzo Fernandez. But what I'm saying is that back before it was all about money, before Sky Sports came in, it became the Premier League, everything like that, there wasn't so much of a disparity between the top clubs and the bottom clubs and the rest of the clubs. There wasn't such a difference between the champion. You look at the Leeds side with John Charles in it and stuff that came up from the Championship or the second division into the first division and then won it the next year. Like, things like that were possible then. Anyway, rant over. Sanchez with the ball forward. Away by Yacobillo. Now Cucurella. Oh, Ampadu can't quite get that. Here's João Pedro. Now Garnacho again. That's exactly what I'm saying, though, Jeff, because anyone could win it. Ampadu. Tanaka's looking for a clearance. Oh, the ball straight to João Pedro, who shoots. And, yeah, Perry is very well within his rights there to shout at his defenders. Just get rid of the ball. Passing it around between themselves, giving it to Tanaka when he should have just cleared it. Tanaka tries to clear it. It gets blocked, goes through to João Pedro, and he misses his volley. That's what I mean as well, Tim, because they can all, Man City and stuff, can play their second string side against teams lower down, and then when it gets to the semi-final and final, they'll go full strength and then win it. Here's Gusto. Lavia. Exactly, Tim. Which is the first time in history that anybody's done that. Ball forward to Garnacho is a good one. Cross across the box. Goodmanson chests it wide. He probably could have cleared that, but he didn't know that there was no one behind him. But it's going to be another corner to Chelsea. It's so frustrating when you concede goals, but it's made so much worse by the fact that it's come from a mistake. Just Strauch with a heavy touch, just getting his studs caught on the ball, and it just rolls straight to them. Corner kick about to come in then. Dinked into the box. Out by Tanaka. Caicedo. Pedro Neto puts it back in towards the back post, and James Justin can duck out the way of that one, and it's going to be a Leeds goal kick. Yeah, just watching the replay of the goal there. James Justin's not close enough. The mistake obviously from Strauch, and then that means that they can't get back into position. And when the ball comes into the box, Bogle and Justin aren't communicating and not close enough to it. I think you have got to remember that we are... Here's Garnacho. Good challenge there by Ethan Ampadu. Throw in though to Chelsea. Handball that by Garnacho. Surely Leeds fans calling for it, but not. Offside against Cucurella there. Since Leeds played one in 1987, Chelsea have been in 17 FA Cup semi-finals. Ball forward. Headed away by Chelsea. Now Pedro Neto. He's Adarabioyo, now Cucurella. Inside to Caicedo. If you're going to press like this, you have to press as a unit, otherwise you just get bypassed. Oh, he's given the ball away. Here's Okafor. Goes to shoot, cleared away. Blocked and then cleared away. They yell in because they're about to be fed, so they stand at the kitchen door and yell until it comes through. The cats, that is. Here's Cucurella. Yeah, Gerard just mentioned how we're getting dominated in the middle of midfield because it's 3v2 with Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo and Lavia against Ampadu and Tanaka. But if you bring Stack on into that midfield and you don't have... If you bring Stack on and you bring Mecha on, 2 up front, 3 in midfield... Oh, he could have played that to Calvert-Lewin there, Okafor. That chance before, I didn't realise he could have easily played it to Calvert-Lewin. Anton Stack, by the way, I mean, he might just be going for a wee, but has just gone down the tunnel. Garnacho's gone down, by the way, and he's not got up yet. Neto trying to come forward. Pokes it to Enzo Fernandez, who spreads it out wide to Garnacho, who's back on his feet magically. Good foot by Bogle, but not enough. It goes right across the face of goal. And Malo Gusto can pick it up at the opposite side corner flag. Now Pedro Neto. Caicedo, who Steven Gerrard keeps calling Salcedo. Here's Cucurella. We just do look like we're being outpassed completely here. Leeds throw-in. We look like we're being overrun in all areas. So I think for me, I'd bring Stack on in the midfield, take off Aronson or Okafor. Or take off Aronson and Okafor and switch Mecha out for one of them as well. So you've got a 3-5-2. Goodmanson. Aronson. They're making it very difficult to play through the middle of them, I think, Chelsea. So Aronson's lost the ball there, but Tanaka's managed to win it back for him. Biol. Ampadu. Good hold-up play by Calvert-Lewin there. Appreciate what he did there. Now Bogle. He's nutmegged Cucurella. Now Aronson. That's going to be a Leeds corner kick. Yeah, Leeds corner here. Good bit of play by Bogle. He just nutmegs Cucurella. Then gets the ball to Aronson, who tries to cross it. Comes off Cucurella. Leeds. Corner kick. I think we should try somebody else other than Tanaka to take the corners. I don't think he's particularly good at delivering them. Tanaka then with the corner kick. Ball into the box. Away. Only to be put back in again. Ball bouncing around. Calvert-Lewin trying to win it, but no, it's a foul there on the Chelsea man, who incidentally has gone down again. Caicedo this time. Yeah, there's not much in that. The amount of players who just dive on the floor when they get touched by Calvert-Lewin is ridiculous. Like, it doesn't hurt that much. Spurs Aston Villa tomorrow night. I'm hoping that... sorry, next Sunday at 6 p.m, not tomorrow night. I'm hoping that they batter them, Villa. Right, free kick / goal kick position for Chelsea here. There's a Leeds fan dressed as Elvis. Why do people do that? Why are you going dressed as Elvis? And why is there a Leeds fan dressed as... Like, what is that? Header there by Goodmanson's going to go out for a Chelsea throw-in. Up to 28%. Long ball forward there from Lucas Perry. Yeah, it's one of those things where I just think it's a shit crack. Ball into the box by Bogle's paw there. It's just a lump. Strauch does well, though, to get the ball to Ampadu. Now Bogle might have another chance to cross it in. Better delivery this time. It's hit Cucurella, but it's a throw into Leeds, and Ampadu can come across and take it. It'll be a long throw. I've played on this pitch, by the way. Just mentioned that. Whenever Wembley gets mentioned. Played rugby on this pitch. Ampadu with the throw-in. Let's hope we get a Longstaff-style finish here. Ball bobbling around in the box. Strauch. Okafor has just leathered it high and wide with his left foot. League, Chewy. It's not really so much of a thing, is it? Rugby union in the north. Robert Sanchez then with the goal kick. I mean, literally everybody is in the Leeds half. Be-all heads it. Aronson flicks it on to Calvert-Lewin. Now Aronson putting his body in, trying to get the ball off Cucurella. No, still playing on here. I thought the ref had blown them, but he hasn't. Here's Strauch. Ball towards Goodmanson. Oh, Gusto's not done a great clearance there, and Leeds can get the ball back for a throw-in. Needs options here, Goodmanson. He has to go all the way back to Strauch. Ampadu. Be-all. Bogle. Leeds at least having a little bit of possession here, but Strauch, Tanaka, who's dropped into the back line, he's so deep. Now Biol can charge over the halfway line looking for a pass. Back to Tanaka. I still think regardless of whether we score at halftime or not, we still need to change something. Strauch's ball forward is cut out there and then cleared away by Chalobah. Justin gets the ball to Bogle. Now Aronson. Back to Justin. Strauch. Okafor was pulled there, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick just inside the Chelsea half. Yeah, but you're saying that, Darren, but we don't play the same every game, do we? Hence why sometimes we're able to win 3-0 and sometimes we lose. Like, we don't always play the same, do you? Poor long ball forward there from James Justin. Calvert-Lewin just nowhere near it. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin only 1 goal in open play in the last 18 matches. Here's Caicedo, away by Adarabioyo. 4 minutes added on to this first half, by the way. Ampadu. Ball forward into Okafor. Calvert-Lewin feels he was fouled there and gets it. Free kick to Leeds. Look, it'll be a miracle if we can score before half-time, but if we can, it's quiet, isn't it, Wembley? And there's, I suppose everybody goes and drinks, don't they? Spurs supporter saying, can't believe how much and don't realise how much Chelsea cheat. Oh, well, yep, they always have and they always will. Ball forward. Strauch tries to head that back across the box. Strauch penalised for climbing there. I mean, look, even 10, 15 years ago, that doesn't get given. Like, Strauch's jumped higher and won the header. Just because Lavia's a wimp about it, it means that he gets the free kick is just... Ball forward from Sanchez. Pedro Neto. Gusto now. I would say what changes you make for the second half. It's the same as what I said earlier. I think stack into the midfield, Aronson off. Therefore, you've got 3 in the midfield, so 3 versus 3. So yeah, you can actually match up against them. And then you'd give Calvert-Lewin some support up front by putting Mecha on for Okafor. Or leave Okafor on and put him up front with him. But the idea basically is to have 2 up front to occupy the defenders. Have 3 in the midfield to actually be able to deal with their 3. Bogle. We do have to keep going backwards, and Leeds fans are getting pretty frustrated with it in the ground. But that's been our whole season. They're talking about Leeds looking a bit short of ideas moving the ball forwards, and every time we get towards the halfway line, we go backwards again. That's been a little bit the story of our season. Calvert-Lewin too high for him, that one. Now Caicedo. Long ball forward by Sanchez. Jacobiel with a good chest down. Goodmanson then gets the ball and then gets tackled by Pedro Neto. Wins it back, though. Now Pedro Neto again. Goes past Tanaka. Good tackling by Tanaka in the end. And then Goodmanson fouled by Pedro Neto. He should get himself a yellow card there, Pedro Neto, for that challenge. Hit the like button, everybody. That's half time. Yeah, look. Poor first half for Leeds. Poor first half. Every time we get near the halfway line, we don't really want to change. Play the ball back. Every time we get into that midfield area, we're overrun by them. I'm just going to quickly fill my water bottle, and I'll be back very, very shortly to discuss the goings-on of that first half. But as it stands, 1-0 to Chelsea at Wembley. Really, really not a great performance so far from Leeds. Hello. Welcome back to Leeds lately. I don't know why I said that. Must have been an autopilot. Welcome back. Half time. I just think we need to change something desperately, because we are looking at a definitely once in my lifetime opportunity to do something in a cup competition, and realistically at the moment what we are doing is not good enough, and we need to be looking at making some changes. Like I said in that first half, for me it would be another striker alongside Calvert-Lewin who can be a physical kind of combatant, because I don't think that Chelsea like it up 'em, as they would say in amateur football. They don't like it up 'em. They don't like it when you have big physical strikers on who will put their body in, as we've seen so far with all the diving around and stuff, which leads me towards thinking that it would be good to have Lucas Mecha on alongside Calvert-Lewin, which means that you could then have three in the midfield with bringing on Stack. I'm just not sure that we will... I'm not sure we'll make that change until we get a little bit later into the game, and it's more likely to then go to the 4-3-3 than anything, I think. So I don't think it's going to change at halftime. I could be wrong. He could make a substitution at halftime. He has done that before, but it's not been fantastic, really, has it? Every time that we look to play forward, we just kind of stop and go back towards our own goal. And it's one of those things where, because everybody was so excited and so hyped up for watching Leeds in an FA Cup semi-final, it's all gone a bit weird. I'm just... It's all dulled down a bit. It's all gone a bit quiet because we're all a little bit like, oh, well, do you know what I mean? Like, we thought Leeds would try and have a fast start like we have done in a lot of games this season, but it just doesn't look like we are... it doesn't look like we are kind of doing that at the moment. So hopefully some sort of substitution will happen. Let's see what the reaction is on social media. People are putting a still of the Calvert-Lewin hair pull, and it's not a pull at all, and they're putting a still that makes it look like he's pulling hair, but he's not because it's all blurry. Okay, Leeds is behind at the break tweet. Someone asking for Beale to be taken off. Passes back all the time. Poos himself. I'm paraphrasing. Every time he's on the ball. They look scared. Keep playing it backwards. They're scared, to quote Jesse Marsh. It all could have been so different. It could have been so different when Aronson went through early on. Oh, a vindication. Jermaine Beckford, a professional striker who we all love for Leeds, is saying that if Aronson had looked up at the goalkeeper had already committed himself to the other side, so he basically should have put it near post. Yeah, so poor from Strauch on that touch. It's like his feet were stuck in the mud. Yeah, realistically, you wanted Okafor going through. Hello. Can you hear me? See me? Just doing that. Right, hopefully we're back. Yeah, we're back now. Look, it's um, it's definitely time to make a change. Definitely time to make a change, but it's just at the moment, I just you can't see us getting anything because we don't seem to be doing anything. We don't seem to be doing anything in the attacking third. We had one or two chances that came from their mistakes, but we can't rely on that. We have got to try and create our own. We've got to try and create our own attacking moves without them just making mistakes to give us them. I thought we would have done. We would have started better than we have done. Yeah, we against other teams and against Chelsea as well in the Premier League this season. We have started better than this. We've gone at them. We've opened up opportunities early on and really attacked. But we just didn't seem to. Yeah, we just didn't seem to start the game. Look, I just think that was. We've got on the bench Darlow, Rodon, Bornout, Longstaff, Stack, James, Nonto, Piru, Mecha. Get Stack on as soon as possible because I think he does actually just add a whole new element to our midfield. No, there's bloody Man United fans saying make it make sense about Calvert-Lewin's hair pull, which was a flat hand on the back, then moved away. I'm replying to him. I can't stand the injustice of it. You'd see he has a flat palm on Kukurea's back. There is no pull. Just a flick. In the Martinez one, Calvert-Lewin's head was physically yanked backwards. I couldn't stand for it. I couldn't stand the cheating. It's literally a flat palm on his back like that, and then he pulls his hand away, and because he pulls his hand away, it flicks his hair because his hair's long. I hate halftime. I know that players are. I wish players were robots because then they could just carry on straight away. Like halftime's so annoying. Why on this advert is Steven Gerrard saying just calling it the UEFA semi-finals? I suppose he's talking about. Is he talking about just the Champions League, or is he also talking about the Europa League and the Conference League as well? Who will secure their spot on the biggest stage? A bit of wooden acting there from Steven Gerrard. Beckford just talking about what he thinks Leeds need to do. I mean, I know what you're saying, Beckford, but you would defend a striker. It's like strikers union, isn't it? Like, he's defending Calvert-Lewin, but Calvert-Lewin also does have to do something with the ball when it comes to him. Oh, someone's just said off the bench. Who's coming on? I'm sure it was just mentioned that there's a substitute. Yeah, Anton Stack is on. And Joe Rodon is on. I don't know what the lineup's gone to. Is Justin off? Yeah, Justin is off. Rodon is on. So Rodon comes on for James Justin. I don't know who Stack's come on for. Oh, and Pascal Struijk. So Struik's off. So we are going to back to a back. We are going to a back four. We are underway in the second half, by the way. Oh, it's Biol that came off, not Struijk. Bogle trying to hold the ball up there. He's won Leeds a throw-in. So it is Biol that came off. And then... there we go. 4-3-3. Oh! Oh my God. Anton Stack's first contribution is an absolute... Who was it? It was Anton Stack. Absolute thunderbolt. Sanchez saves it onto the roof of the net. What a strike that was from Sanchez, from Stack, and a good save from Sanchez. Shout out Ankalima12 with the £5 super chat. Let's hope those changes fires up the team. It seems to have instantly fired up the team. What a strike that was. Good save by the goalkeeper, but corner comes in from Stack. Headed away by Tosin Adarabioyo. Now Stack trying to win that ball back. It's going to go all the way back to Bogle. Make sure everybody likes the super chats as well, by the way. Made a difference, that substitution already. Free kick from Rodon's challenge there on Enzo Fernandez on the halfway line. Nothing in it, though. I thought we'd scored. That's why I went, oh, like that. Yeah, 3 in midfield. Three in midfield, 4 at the back. Lavia. Now Neto. Ball forward to Gusto. Oh, Pascal Struijk falls over. A little flick. Good feet there by Ampadu. Just gets enough on. I just thought João Pedro had to score there. I thought they'd scored there. It's a ball down the right-hand side. Neto plays it down the line for Gusto. Somebody's Struijk it was that slips. Really good flick by Enzo Fernandez. He tries to go and shoot, but the amount of Leeds players who've just put a foot in the way. Oh, Ampadu. That's a great tackle by Ampadu, by the way. Cross into the box now from this corner towards the near post. Headed by Tanaka. It's going to be another corner. Caicedo, Gusto, blocked by Bogle. Another corner to Chelsea. I don't really like how Darren Fletcher calls Ali McCoist Coisty and he calls Joe Cole Coley. Like, maybe that's just me, but it's a bit like, oh, I'm one of the lads. I'm an ex-footballer too, and he's not. Corner again then. Pedro Neto this time. Steps up to take it. Ball comes into the box. Headed away. Okafor flicks it high and not very far, but at least it's away from the box for now. Caicedo. Now Pedro Neto just keeps it in. Bogle's defending in the left-back position at the moment. Now Enzo Fernandez. Caicedo with his left little flick. Tanaka with a good chest and then good ball down the line towards Okafor. Okafor gets past Enzo Fernandez. He's still going here, Okafor. Would have been a foul by Enzo Fernandez. Okafor cross into the box just over everybody, but can be picked up on the opposite side by Anton Stack. Now Bogle. Ampadu couldn't get on the end of that, and now they're coming forward again. It's going to be a yellow card to Strauch there, I think. Yeah. Okafor did so fantastically well there to get past Enzo Fernandez, get down the line, but Strauch picks up a yellow card, which is not great. 5 minutes into the second half. Just too high, that ball from Okafor. It's on his left foot, which is his weak foot, which is a shame, but it was a good bit of play by him. Is Ampadu. We definitely do look better, so credit to Farke for that. We look like we've come close to conceding as well, but we do look like we've actually attacked, which is good. Okafor now, he's got Goodmanson behind him. He's going to overlap. Okafor's ball into the box just wasn't a very good one in the end. And now cleared by Trevor Chalobah. Good tackle by... Oh, good header by Strauch, sorry. Challenge was what I meant to say, not tackle. Caicedo. Gusto. Leeds putting a bit of pressure on here. Won it back. Here's Tanaka. Aronson. Good turn. It's going to go for a... Surely that's a Leeds corner. How's that a goal kick? I don't know how that's a goal kick. It should have been a Leeds corner. Definitely. Robert Sanchez sends that one long. Just bounces out there past Goodmanson and he can take a Leeds throw in. I didn't realise that. It's the first time Chelsea have played a Premier League team this season in the FA Cup, which I thought our run had been easy, but we at least had to get past West Ham. And they've had Port Vale and stuff. We've only had Championship and Premier League oppositions. Or opposition, doesn't need the S. Here's Okafor. Good ball across to Ampadu. Now Goodmanson. Okafor again. Can he beat his man and get across in the box? He goes past his man and was knocked over there, but not given by the ref. Aronson trying to win the ball back off Malo Gusto. Doing well to fight there, Aronson. He's gone down on top of the ball there, Gusto, and it's not... Yeah, why is he not... Okafor now trying to get the ball. It's a weird little battle in that corner there. It should have been a free kick to Leeds. I don't know if he touched it with his hand, but he did obstruct the ball, thinking that he was going to win a free kick. Gusto with the throw-in. Strauk with a good header back. Stack. Now Ampadu. Okafor. Tanaka. Back to Okafor again. Now Goodmanson. I find it remarkable how easy Premier League players find it to play a ball down the touchline under a lot of pressure and keep the ball in play. It's very difficult to do. Goodmanson charging forward here. He has got Okafor with him. It should have been a better pass to Okafor, really. It's Meny's had to hold it up. Crossing towards the back post. It's over everybody. Better crosses from Okafor, please. He gets himself into great positions, but his crosses themselves do leave a lot to be desired. That's a really good turn by João Pedro, and now Chelsea are away here. They've got a 4v3 situation. Enzo Fernandez, Garnacho, good touch there by Bogle just to get the block on it, so it goes out for a Leeds. It goes out for a Chelsea corner instead of a Chelsea goal. Really good turn there by João Pedro, but we should not be that easy to beat in the midfield area. The thing is, we look better going forward, but we also perhaps look a little bit weaker at the back as well, which is a worrying sign. Enzo Fernandez with the corner. Goodmanson has hit the deck here. Feels like there was a bit of pushing and shoving from Chalobah. He's going after him, Goodmanson. He's his man, so he's going to continue to try and mark him. I mean, even though he's a fullback, he's not short by any means, Goodmanson. I think he's 6 foot. That's on top of the goal there. I thought he was in for a second, but it just lands on top of the goal. Poor corner. Calvert-Lewin flicks that on him, but Aronson can't get there. Rodon can get back and give that ball to Perry. I think one of the commentators' phones just dinged with an iMessage then. Ampadu. Goodmanson can come forward. Tanaka was knocked over off the ball. I don't know why Goodmanson just stopped, though. He should have carried on playing to the whistle. Rodon. Charging forward now. Drops it back to Ampadu. His pass is deflected, but still makes its way to Okafor. Okafor with a good ball in towards Calvert-Lewin! Caught by the goalkeeper. That is the best chance Calvert-Lewin's had so far. He had to generate his own power there, Calvert-Lewin, and he's kind of just looped it into the goalkeeper's gloves. Really good cross this time. Calvert-Lewin, he tries to put it in the far post over the goalkeeper, but yeah, it's not a great header in the end. Here's Stack. We always look like we properly turn up the gears when we go to 4 at the back. But I don't mind starting in a 3 at the back. If we'd have been level and we'd have done this, then I'd be very happy right now. But it's just that mistake that's cost us so far. Ampadu. Stack. Bogle's cross. Long ball forward has meant that we are losing signal again. Strauch's in a foot race here with Neto. Oh, and thank God Neto fell over the ball there, because Strauch would have been really in trouble. Yeah, Strauch did get very lucky there. He does that. He's done that a few times, you know, where he kind of stops thinking that the ball's going to go out and then somebody else just takes it away. Rodon. Good ball into Stack, who plays a first-time ball out wide to Bogle. Bogle into Stack. Stack wiped out there. That's a free kick to Leeds. Yellow card as well, I think, to Caicedo. Did Strauch not get a yellow card earlier then? Because he just said that Caicedo's yellow card there is the first booking of the game, but I thought Strauch was on a yellow card. Somebody let me know. Sanchez has gone down, the Chelsea goalkeeper. Off the ball. Slowing things down, or Strauch saying something about 4 times. So a Chelsea player went over to Robert Sanchez. A Chelsea player went over, so I think it was the number 4, their centre-back, went over to Robert Sanchez and had a word with him. Then, a second later, he walks away, the Chelsea defender, and Robert Sanchez goes down. So as if he's just said, oh, go down. But now there's pushing and shoving between Chelsea and Leeds staff. Referee's trying to get everybody to... referee's trying to get everybody to separate and come away. Yeah, Ampadu and a few of the Chelsea players have wound each other up. Now Ampadu's winding up the Chelsea manager as well, I think. Yeah, Ampadu's trying to hear what the instructions are that McFarlane's giving to his players, and that's why they all got annoyed. Well, it's nice to hear that. You know what you are, you know what you are, you cheating bath turds. You know what you are, the Leeds fans are singing. Stack over this free kick. It is over on the right-hand side and is certainly a more crossing position for Stack than a shooting position. However, we have got Strauch, Rodon, Ampadu, Dominic Calvert-Lewin all in there. Ball in! Oh! It's a good strike there from Anton Stack. A really good strike, but he tries to go for that near post. He tries to just shoot near post. Yeah, a little bit. A couple of feet wide of that post. I thought it was closer than it was in the end. Ricky Jensen calling it a bad free Kirk. Here's Garnacho. Leeds trying to force them backwards here. Tanaka coming out to press Lavia. Lavia with the ball forward. Gone all the way through to Lucas Perry. Bogle. Stack with a lovely little flick. Oh, it's unlucky. It would have got back to Bogle if Bogle was slightly faster. Andres Santos is getting prepared for Chelsea. Romeo Lavia apparently has never completed 90 minutes for Chelsea. Oh, Leeds aren't we? Oh, Leeds aren't we? Oh, Leeds aren't we? Free kick to Leeds there. Rodon takes it quickly. Strauch. Darren Walsh saying all you can hear is Leeds fans. It certainly seems that way at the moment, doesn't it? Well, throughout the entire game. When someone has been singing, it's been Leeds. However, it was a little bit subdued in that first half, but it's certainly picked up now. Bogle with the header. Ball forward by Caicedo, away by Rodon. Bogle trying to do his best to win that back. Aronson, great feet from him. Now Calvert-Lewin. Ampadu with a switch. Doesn't quite make it past Gusto, but Gusto's given the ball straight to Tanaka. Now Goodmanson. He's got Okafor in space ahead of him and he gives it to him. Now Goodmanson gets the ball back. Goodmanson hangs it up towards the back post. Here's Tanaka's shot that's really poor in the end. Tanaka, you can do better than that. It is a lot better for Leeds, but it's that quality. It's the final third quality. Goodmanson gets to the byline, hangs it up. Ball headed out to Tanaka. His first time volley. Yeah, he just takes a swing at it and misses. Poor there from Tanaka. Difficult skill to master. So Chelsea are making a substitution. Andres Santos is coming on for Romeo Lavia. Just put Chelsea's lineup on the screen just for a second so that you can see that Andres Santos has come on. I'll change it back to Leeds very shortly. Here's Caicedo. Now Andres Santos with his first touches. Plays the ball over to Gusto. Goodmanson battling against Pedro Neto there. Goes back to Santos. Then back to Chalobah. Oh, sorry, Adebayo that was. Cole Palmer is having some instructions as well. Caicedo. Cucurella. Not really sure what that was. But it goes straight to Lucas Perry either way. Ideally, we would see the pitch. Thank you, cameras. Tanaka. Good ball into Calvert-Lewin's feet. Okafor's stayed down apparently. Stack puts the ball out of play. Yeah, I think he has got cramp. He did take a bit of a whack. But also, Darren, what are you basing that off, that Okafor's reached his limit? Yeah, that Calvert-Lewin chance and the Aronson chance. Let's hope we don't live to regret those. He's yet to make his debut for Chelsea. Chelsea's backup goalkeeper. However, Sanchez was faking that injury, so I don't even know why they're mentioning it. Here's Stroke. Tanaka's pass is blocked there. Pushing the back. Oh, pushing the back there of Andre Santos has gone down. Ampadu just accidentally knocked him over there. Cole Palmer is being prepared to come on, by the way, so we'll see to that in a second. As it stands, though, here's Joe Rodon. Tanaka misses that one, but it does go all the way through to Goodmanson. Okafor's still going now. Tanaka with a switch towards Bogle, but Cucurella intercepts it and heads it to Garnacho. Bogle trying to catch him. Over to Cucurella now. I'd like to win another free kick, but in a properly shootable position for Anton Stack. To see if he can test the goalkeeper. Gusto, now Santos. Yeah, saying that Leeds have lost a bit of momentum here, but that's when I think you need to bring on somebody like Lucas Mecha and really attack them with two strikers. But I think it's more likely that it's Calvert-Lewin will come off, Mecha will come on, and we'll bring on someone like Dan James or Nonto as another winger, and we'll go into a proper 4-3-3. Strout clears that one. Back to Chalobah. Caicedo, Andre Santos, Caicedo again. Now Enzo Fernandez back to the halfway line. Over now to Chalobah. Here's Garnacho up against Bogle. Looking to try and cross the ball in. Good feet there by Bogle to tackle him. Oh, Aronson's done really well to get the ball to him. It's a throw into Leeds. Substitution. Lucas Mecha is getting ready and Willy Nonto is getting ready. So Garnacho off, Palmer on. What number's Palmer? Is he number 10? Yeah. Cole Palmer is... Stack came on at half-time alongside Rodon. Calvert-Lewin tries to knock that back. It's away by Gusto. Now Strauch. Tanaka. Tanaka and Okafor for Mecha and Nonto, apparently. So it does look like Calvert-Lewin is going to stay on. Goodmanson with a cross into the box. It goes over everybody. Picked up by Bogle, whose touch is absolutely woeful. And it goes out for a goal kick. His touch went 10 yards. Goal kick then to Chelsea here for Robert Sanchez to take. Leeds do look like they are preparing those substitutions. Ampadu. Stack on the right wing. Tries to put a cross in. It is going to be a corner kick for Leeds, and you can get a better delivery off Stack than you can get off Tanaka. Corner kick to Leeds then. Anton Stack delivers. first man it hits, front post. It's going to be a throw in this time that Ampadu can go and take a long throw. So Leeds are going to make the changes. 24 for 14. Sorry, 22 for 14. So Lucas Metcher comes on. And so does Wilfred Nonto. There we go. Ball coming into the box for the long throw. Goodmanson. Goodmanson's lost the ball there to João Pedro. To Pedro Neto this time. Stack does well, really well there to come across and cover that. Malo Gusto then with the throw in. So Aronson will now sit into that midfield with Stack and Ampadu. And Nonto, Metcher and Calvert-Lewin will be up front. Yeah, it's a foul by Enzo Fernandez there. Free kick to Leeds. You can't go down with the whimper, can you, and lose 1-0. You've got to go for it. Goodmanson with the ball into the box. Aronson's touch there on the edge is just taking it away from him. Here's João Pedro. Strauch has fouled him there. It's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, now Strauch gets himself a yellow card. Is Chalobah. Now Palmer. I mean, I did say it might be 1-1 and we'd go to extra time and pens. Here's Chalobah. Now Palmer. Chalobah again. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Sanchez here. Plays it across Calvert-Lewin's path into toss-in. Long ball forward from them. It's going to go all the way back to Lucas Perry. Leeds have got more players warming up as well, including Longstaff, James. Strauch with the ball to Metcher. Metcher's ball down the line to Goodmanson. Goodmanson's cross early into the box is away by Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez now. Pedro Neto. Back to Cucurella, who sends it long, but good touch by João Pedro there. Now Andre Santos. Here's Palmer over there on the right-hand side. Goodmanson defends him really well there. Cole Palmer goes... I wouldn't be surprised if Cole Palmer actually did think that was a corner. That was so dopey. Yellow card for Cole Palmer for punching the ball away. 416 people in here now. Hit that like button. And if you want to support me as well, you can head down to the link in the description to my Etsy store where I sell Leeds United artwork designed by me. Goal kick now from Lucas Perry as he sends that one long. Header by Tosin. Now Metcher. 13 minutes plus whatever's added on. And there was that whole break with the drinks break. Ampadu. Everyone could see that coming, mate. Yellow card for Ampadu. Yeah, look, Ampadu, I could see that coming a mile off, that if you were going to try and make that pass, it was going to get intercepted. And he's just wiped out Pedro Neto to get himself a yellow card. Pedro Neto's still down. I mean, they're wasting time, but it'll all get added on. Yeah, that is true, Chewy. 200 likes are required for an FA Cup goal. In the league, it's 100 likes. Well, actually, no, I think it was in the Championship 100 likes because we were more likely to score them. In the Premier League, it's 200 likes for a goal. What a mad comment to make, Chico. He's the only manager who's got us to a FA Cup semi-final in 39 years, since 1987. So just... Here's Andre Santos. All the way back to Chalobah. It's such a shit, because it would be 0-0 if not for that mistake by Strauch. Nonto is sprinting after them here as they panic clear the ball. Strauch with the ball back forward towards Mecha. Good winner by Mecha. Calvert-Lewin goes for it. Now João Pedro. Now Enzo Fernandez tries to play the ball to Cole Palmer. Goodmanson does so well there. Goodmanson's just got that pace to get there ahead of him. Ooh, Mecha went for the winner there, but I think there was a bit of a clash of heads between the two players. Yeah, Andre Santos and Lucas Mecha. Mecha may have dislocated his shoulder here or something. I think it's his face, Andre Santos, that hits Mecha in the shoulder. Come on, Leeds. Provide a bit of something special. Is Goodmanson. Not really too leggy to be pro, because the FA Cup final's after the season ends. So it's not... You don't have to worry about that until the season's over. Come on, Leeds. Let's just get something dropping, something bouncing around in the box. Mecha into Nonto. Now Rodon. I mean, Mecha and Nonto are finding themselves deep so often. They need to be the players who are on the back line. Stack pokes that to Ampadu. Now Strauch. Goodmanson. They are sitting very tight and compact, aren't they? Mecha does well there to retain possession. Still does well there to maintain possession. Great feet from him. Now Anton Stack. Shoots Stack over the bar. Poor, really. You could tell he was always going to go for that, but he had to play a pass there, Stack. He just leans over. He just leans back. Leeds have now had more attempts and more on target than Chelsea have in this game. Sean Longstaff looks like he's getting prepped. I do think we've lost a little bit since Okafor went off. Ampadu now. Goodmanson does keep the ball in. Now Stack with a bit of space to come forward. Needs an option though, really. Good play from him to get the ball into Mecha. Good tackle by Mecha. Mecha getting a yellow card there. I'm not come on. He won the ball. He wins the ball. He just follows through, that's all. No, there's no, of course there's no more severe punishment. Sean Longstaff is getting prepped to come on. And I think it's for Aronson. Five minutes plus whatever's added on here. Come on, Leeds. We did it at Stamford Bridge. We did it last week at Bournemouth. Palmer. Strauch clears. Mecha. Aronson doing well there. Now Goodmanson. Leeds throw him. Substitution for Leeds. There we go. Longstaff for Aronson. It's a throw into Leeds. You've got to just have a go at it. You've got to throw everything at it now. Because what's the point of not? There's 5 minutes left, but surely you've got to just... Here's Goodmanson now. Into Calvert-Lewin. Ah, come on, Calvert-Lewin. It's as simple as... Calvert-Lewin is the type of player who just has to play the first pass he sees. Strauch. Now Stack. Goodmanson tries to play a ball down the line. It's cut out by Gusto, but it is a throw into Leeds. He's going to be told to take that from further back, that throw. No, he's not. Here's Anton Stack. Could be a Leeds corner kick if Caicedo... No. He blocks it, though. Stack. Caicedo's clearance, and it goes out for a Chelsea goal kick. I just, you've got to try and throw more at it than we are. Ampadu with a header. Here's João Pedro. Back to Cucurella. All the way back to Tosin Adarabioyo. Leeds trying to put a bit of pressure on. Oh, Longstaff fouls. At least 6 minutes added on so far. Oh, Caicedo's gone down, rolling around on the floor after that Longstaff tackle. Still down Caicedo here. Hypothetically, would it be horrible of me to hope he's done his ACL? Hypothetically, because of course I would never do that. I don't think it is a clash. Ali McCoy is saying it's a clash of knees. I don't think it is a clash of knees. I think he's kicked his leg out and it's jarred his knee. Well, all of this will get added on as well. People are saying one of our worst performances of the season. We've had some decent chances. We've had shots on target. We've created stuff. It's mad, isn't it, really, that people... people are starting to now realise how boring Man City are to watch. They're not actually entertaining to watch. You'd think with all that money, all those players... Looks like Dario Asugo is getting ready, but for now, Chelsea will be down to 10 men whilst we play on this little bit. Eight minutes added on. Free kick to Chelsea then. 8 minutes added on. They're down to 10 men currently. He's got to be off the pitch for 30 seconds. Can we actually just try and play the ball forward? Now Rodon. Longstaff. Now Strauch. Ball out to the left-hand side for Goodmanson. Goodmanson's cross into the box. It's gone back out to the edge. Longstaff heads it back to Rodon. Ampadu. Oh, come on, Ampadu. Intercepted by Palmer, and it's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. It's mad, isn't it, how we beat Man United, then we beat Wolves, then we've drew to Bournemouth, which are three fantastic results. And then as soon as we're 1-0 down to Chelsea, who have a £1 billion squad, these people are going, fuck her out, fuck her out. It's like, bloody hell, your mind changes like the weather. Here's Rodon. One thing I do think is that we need to actually bloody attack. That would help. They seem to have an extra player on the pitch. We're just playing the ball around at the back in the 92nd minute, not trying to play forward. Oh, all the way back to the goalkeeper. Longstaff. Goodmanson's in space. Play the ball to Goodmanson. Free kick to Leeds, but you should have played the ball to Goodmanson instead of charging on. Strauch. Goodmanson looks to play an early cross towards the box. Bobbling around. Nonto goes for the header. Longstaff wins it back. Now Ampadu. Ball bounces back to Andres Santos and now back to Stack. Strauch. Goodmanson. See, Goodmanson's up against two players on his own here. He's done well, though, Goodmanson, to get past Palmer. Fouled by Palmer there, surely. Referee's not given it. Needs to get back up here, Goodmanson. Giving the ball away, though. Now Strauch. Longstaff with the ball over the top towards Calvert-Lewin. He should just play the simple pass there. Bogle. Ampadu. Bogle again has taken a terrible touch. Now Bogle's won the ball back, and now Pedro Neto's all over him. And now Pedro Neto's gone down holding his face. If I could punch him in the face right now, Pedro Neto, I would. I really would. I don't understand how Jayden Bogle's got himself a yellow card there. Pedro Neto has got a fistful of his shirt, and Bogle's going like that, trying to get off me. And he's... Look at the way... as he falls to the ground. I hate that. I can't stand that. That makes me so mad. There's a line halfway inside the Chelsea half. There is just a line of every single player on the pitch, other than Longstaff, who's going to take this. Free kick that's going to bounce up towards Joao Pedro. Now Nonto's going to try and win it. He does. He wins it off Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez fouls him. It's a free kick to Leeds. Longstaff is going to deliver. I think I just need to ignore the people who expect Leeds to be in like 9th position after just being promoted, because otherwise it'll just annoy me. Just be realistic. Sean Longstaff with a floated ball in towards the back post that goes over everybody. Shite. Why are you putting him on it instead of Anton Stack? It's such a poor delivery. It just floats harmlessly over and out at the back post. The time's just ticking down. Brendan had to score. There was the shot from Stack that was saved well. Either like just any distance further into the corner, and you're looking at a goal with that one. Good header there by Calvert-Lewin, and now Goodmanson can't even run. Stack. Oh, come on, come on! I don't get usually annoyed about stuff like that, but literally just a gentle touch on the back and they just drop down in front of him. It's such cheating. Goodmanson cannot walk, by the way. He's limping. Liam Delap is getting prepared to come on. 90 seconds to go. Joao Pedro is going off. Taking his time to come off as well. Knob. So Liam Delap makes his way onto the pitch. I just don't understand why from like the 80th minute, why we weren't just throwing absolutely everything at it. Stack, good defending from Stack. Metcher back to Goodmanson, who come on. Rodon is going to have to give it to Perry here, who's going to have to... Perry sends the ball forward. Mecha heads it onto Calvert-Lewin. Get up, you cheating bastard. Palmer's just shot from the halfway line. It's going to be a Leeds goal kick. See, the Chelsea fans are all saying that the whistle should be blown, but the João Pedro just took ages over that substitution, so I think he's saying that there's one more minute. Lucas Perry sends the ball forward. It's going to be a Leeds throw in here. I think he's going to wait for Ampadu to come across and take it. Lucas Perry is going up for it, by the way. You've got to win the first header on this. That's when you need Jakobijol. You've got to win that first header. Ampadu throws it into the box. Oh, it's Sanchez has fumbled it out to the edge. Here's Nonto. Oh, Nonto's been tackled. Come on. Give it back to Ampadu. You can't go backwards. Ah, bastards. I hate Chelsea. Right, that's it. We are out of the FA Cup. Look, in the end, it wasn't enough. Leeds crash out of the FA Cup. We could have scored. We really could have scored early on, but it wasn't to be in the end. But look, first FA Cup semi-final in 39 years. However, we're still in the Premier League and we're in a good position. We've got Burnley next, which of course I will be live for. But yeah, look, thanks everybody for joining me over the course of this stream. Thank you, everybody. And of course, we'll be live for the next game. There'll be a tactical preview of all that good stuff as well. Look, we were always the underdogs in this one with a £1 billion squad playing against us. However, I hope they both lose in the final. Thanks for watching, Leeds Lately, and I'll see you in the next one.